Who will punch the fourth and final ticket to the conference championship round? We'll know soon enough as we are underway here on a January afternoon. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Here we go now. 3-19. 3-19.
On the ground, this is Saquon Barkley. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. Byron Jones in there to make the tackle. On 2nd down, here's Barkley, and he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
He's going to launch this and got his man complete. And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. Odell Beckham, 68 yards. And the Giants are going to take a first quarter lead. After no gimme in the snow, but it's up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Rosas now to kick this one away. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
46.
Prescott now on 2nd down. And the giant rush gets home as down he goes. Alec Ogletree in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest ones, maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
No catches for him in the wild card win last week, but he's got a first quarter grab here.
I know at the end of games, coaches always tell us that no one play won or lost a game. But this seems pretty important early, doesn't it? Their ability to pick up that first down on 3rd down, I thought that was key.
Well, you're already in the hole after the touchdown on the other side. How will you respond? We talk about that a lot, and they responded pretty well there. You go 3 and out, I think you give up a lot of momentum. You get down 2 scores, could be an entirely different game.
So they've got a nice drive going now. They're in good shape. What's interesting to me is they're also in that spot of the field where you would take a shot. Do you change that up just because you're down a touchdown?
Looking to throw. Prescott escaping the pressure right. Drops it underneath to Elliott. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. On 3rd down, Trubisky. as he throws there, incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass. This will be fielded at the 17. It's a 39-yard punt, and good coverage means a loss on the return. And it'll be Giant football 1st and 10. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
They'll start out on the ground, and Saquon Barkley. And that closed up quickly there as he gets it up only to about the 17. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Here's a give to Barkley. And he roams across the 20 to the 24-yard line. And he's able to get most of what he needed on the carry there. 7 yards on the gain, and it's 3rd and 2 now.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And he's going to have the 1st down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well. On 1st and 10, Lauletta. He's going to go for a big play downfield. He's got him in. Complete. Now, that's one they hate. The ball's got to come all the way back.
So that's an explosive play, a really explosive play that gets wiped out, and they have to start over after the penalty.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
And they'll try the air now with Lauletta. To the sideline, and wow, what a catch there. He doesn't get a lot, but he was able to get the feet down complete. Only 2 yards on the completion at 2nd down. They should have got more out of that, though. He was wide open.
I love how emphatic you are with that call, because that's exactly what I was thinking. Wide open in the flat. Give him a ball that he can use to get upfield with, not just catch and go over the sideline. They cost themselves some yardage there.
They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. A first carry for the Clemson man, Wayne Gallman. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down. So on 4th down, on comes the Giants kicker, Aldrick Rosas. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
It's hauled in by Brandon Cooks. In the wild card win last week, he had just 2 catches, and now he's got his first one here. And let's not take for granted, in these conditions, that's never an easy pass and catch.
You really got to find a way to drive the ball. You know, get your grip. You know, that's why we see some of the guys now that put the gloves on when they throw the ball in this type of a condition. Sometimes the glove might make it too slippery. So you got to figure out what's going to work for you. But how about the receivers? Looking back and trying to locate the ball coming through snow and making sure they have full concentration.
A 2nd down throw for Prescott. A dump off to Elliott. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
That play was well covered. Just tried to check it down. Unfortunately, we're not able to find any yardage on that one.
So 2 plays with only negative yardage to show, and now it's 3rd and 16. Throwing. Prescott. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Taken in at the 22. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. New York set to take the field. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage.
Leverage.
Big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. On second down, here's Lauletta. And he'll find Thielen on the right side. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Well, it's one thing to complete that pass on a nice sunny 70-degree day, but in these elements, that's a tough thing to do.
It is, and let's just put the whole thing together, not just throwing the ball. Trying to protect the quarterback now when you got the pass rushers coming at you, and maybe things are a little slippery on the field. The guys trying to cover downfield, wanting to make sure they keep their footing as the guys make their cuts. Looking back and locating the ball, you name it, it's difficult all the way around. But the guy throwing it, he may have the toughest task.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. A handoff to Barkley, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Throwing on 3rd down, Lauletta. Toward the sideline, did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge, and that's good enough for a 1st down. They convert on 3rd with a gain of 22. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and it's the Giants with the football here as we begin quarter number 2. And they're on the move here. They've got it 1st and 10. It's Barkley on the counter. He's to the 10. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another 1st.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
He'll get it up the middle, and he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there, and if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle, keep coming after him, put the pressure on him.
He's going to get it running right, and he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. A nice run there as he picks up 6. It's going to be 3rd and goal now. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
And this one will wind up with him losing yardage. Back to the 4-yard line.
And they might think about going for it here, but it's still just the 2nd quarter. Take the 3 points, tell the defense you believe in them, and let them get the ball back for you.
A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
And they finally get to him, but not before he's past the 45 to the 46-yard line.
Now, that's the kind of return you're looking for. To get to that spot on the field, that allows you to do a lot of things on offense.
So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 46. Out of the gun, here's Prescott. Got an open man. It's Michael Gallup. And he's got this down to the 35. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19. Somebody missed an assignment. He was waving his arms saying, hey, I'm wide open. They found him.
You think? You think? I mean, he was so wide open. Did you see he was just windmilling like he was Don Quixote or somebody out there? And then they found him for a really nice game.
Flushed it, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Damon Harrison with a great push up front. He picks up the sack and a loss of 8. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. They'll run it now out of the gun. Zeke with a shake and bake. Got some real estate inside the 30. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott, 43 yards. And the Cowboys draw a bit closer. Extra point right down the middle. And that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And here comes the Giants offense back out onto the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But also have to remember, they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Well, right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards. How fun will it be to watch Barkley and Elliott go at it twice a year? Here's 1st and 10. Lauletta on first down. And Blake, the tight end's got it. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. A first down carry for Barkley. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What, is it 3 plays, 3 first downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, they'll get to that end zone real fast.
On first down, it's Lauletta. Eluding the press, and he's taken down. Trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. Myles Garrett coming hard that time. He's able to run him down for a loss of 12. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Lauletta. And this one is incomplete.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
The Giants on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and a mile. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. Give him 16 yards on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down.
This offense really put themselves in a tough spot on 1st and 2nd down, needing long yardage to try and pick up a first down, and they ended up getting a great run. Explosive, picked up nice yardage. You don't expect to be in this situation on 4th down, but guess what? It all started with what happened on 1st and 2nd down. Really put them behind the 8 ball.
These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration, now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 23. Now Prescott, flushed out right. And that's Elliott, complete. And all the way down to the 22-yard line. A big play here for Dallas. 54 yards. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. A first down carry by Elliott. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Being chased out left. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. Remain here in the first half. Back with more NFC playoff action after this. The Cowboys on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1.
47.
They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And he will not only not get the yard he needed, he goes the wrong direction. Losing 4 yards that time, and now it's 4th down. And forthcoming a field goal try for the Cowboys. This will be a 34-yard attempt. And they're not going to get the kick off in time. That's going to set them back 5 yards. And forthcoming a field goal try for the Cowboys. And this a 39-yard attempt. And his kick is right there. And that will cut the lead back down to 3 at 13-10. So a good kick there, and they put the bow tie on it with 3 points.
And let's face it, everybody wants a touchdown. We know that. But in the NFL, defenses are awfully good. You're not going to score each and every time. Be able to knock the ball through the post and take the 3.
By the way, I said bow tie. I meant just bow. Not about the tie, but yeah.
Either way.
You got it.
I just went right past it.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Giant offense now as they get ready to take over here. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Hurry up, here we go. 3:19.
Here's Lauletta now on 2nd. And that one was nearly picked. Not sure he was accounting for the free safety. Now it brings up 3rd down.
Well, he did almost everything right. Excellent coverage, breaks on the football, just unable to haul it in and take it the other way. So he dropped an interception. The key for him now, don't dwell on it. Just move on to the next play.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Back to throw, Lauletta. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. And they pick up 25 as they convert on 3rd.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
He used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right.
Just remember this, when he was young, he thought the crafty veteran was simply a guy who couldn't run anymore. Now he understands a little bit better.
He came out ready to play. That's 3 tackles for a loss, Charles. We're only in the second quarter.
And that's problematic for the guys trying to run offense because that means he's got a pretty good idea of what they're doing and is actually beating them to the point of attack and making those plays. Might have to think about some misdirection or something to try and get him away from the ball.
Now here's Lauletta. And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit and it forced an incompletion.
Lauletta now to throw it. Going for the deep ball. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off down at the 10. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line.
Well, it's 3rd and long, and you've got a few different ways to play it offensively. But this is not the type of offense that's going to wave the white flag. They're going to keep chucking it. And this time, it results in an interception.
And just 25 seconds to go in the half now as they've got it 1st and 10. Following the interception, here's Prescott. He's going to look deep down the field. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 34. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. Good starting field position for the New York Giants here as they come up 1st and 10. A shotgun snap to Lauletta. Looking for his receiver, Sharp, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jordan Lewis. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. And he's going to be taken down here as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. We now proceed to the start of the second half. So we've come upon halftime here in this NFC divisional round matchup. This is taken at his 4. Out come the Cowboys now as they'll go on offense first here in this 3rd quarter. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works.
46. There you go. 26.
Second down, Prescott. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. 2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one, a first down.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. On the counter, Elliott. And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. Tackle made that time by Dalvin Tomlinson.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on first down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. Prescott. Throw left side, complete. It's Rowe. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Escaping the pressure right. And this is going to be incomplete.
I'm not sure we could spot any tendency here on this third down. They could have run it or passed it. Either one was available. They chose to try and get it through the air, but they were unsuccessful.
First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Giants offense now getting set to start the third quarter. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Hey, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down. Up at the 29 now, they'll head to the line, second and a yard. They'll go to Barkley again. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Back 99 Philly, here we go. All right, now, Lucky 56. Lucky.
Now Saquon Barkley. And an alley to run. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains.
Really good, skillful, tough running throughout this contest. Picked up first down after first down. He's got to have a nickname, doesn't he? How about the human first down machine? I think that fits.
And he's got this one across midfield into Cowboy territory. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. Lauletta looking to throw on second down. And Boyd has it over the middle. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A good pickup there, a 22. And in this weather, I know you weren't a quarterback. You were on the defensive side of things, but how hard is it to throw that football?
It can't be easy because you never know how the moisture is going to affect things, and each quarterback handles it differently. Some of them are a little bit better than others. Depends whether they wear a glove, not wear a glove. How cold is it? You know, all those things go into it. But it goes to everything else. Keeping your footing when you're running routes. Supposedly you have the advantage as a receiver because you know where you're going. But that's not easy as well. Finally, just locating the ball when it finally comes through the snow. Kids love it. Kids love snow. Players, not so much at times.
Here's Lauletta. And he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in this second half. Instead, it's third down.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just 1 target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target in the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him, though. Find him. Find him.
On third down, Barkley. But he will have the first down before he's tackled at the 12. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
Now let's go. Green 30.
Lauletta looking for a first down throw. And it's incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. A handoff, Barkley running left. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And they'll be facing a 3rd and 12. from the gun. Here's Lauletta. He shakes him off, and he fends him off. Trying to improvise. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on third down. So he was past the line of scrimmage when he threw it.
And as they say, that's a no-no. Got to be able to understand where you are on the field and not cross the line before throwing the ball downfield.
Oh, this ball hangs out to the right. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. Well, close game, second half. You obviously hate to leave 3 out on the field.
Especially in a game like this when you know points are hard to come by. That was one of their best opportunities so far, and they come away with nothing.
They'll try and get the running game going with Elliott. And he's got some space here. And they do finally get him, but he takes it to the 25. A big run that time by Elliott. 49 yards on the ground. So the drive takes him into Giants territory now. 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Go, get out there, get out there.
They keep on the ground with Elliott. And give him about 3 as he gets it down to the 22-yard line.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Here's a warning.
On second down, Elliott. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. Eli Apple up from his corner spot to make the play.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
On third down, that's Clayton. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
That's quite a spot there for his first carry of the game, but obviously they had plenty of faith in him, didn't they?
No question about it. And here, why not go with the fresh legs? Able to push forward, pick up that first. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old-school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. Flush to his right. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
The Cowboys on third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 8.
Here we go. 4 and 8. 46. 26. 26.
Prescott from the gun. Dancing to his left. And it'll be intercepted. Able to get there and pick it. And a big turnover there as his back.
Well, I don't think we'll have to look very hard to find our play of the game. That was an absolutely monstrous big play right there. Backs to the wall. The offense has it in the red zone, driving for the winning score, and he says, not on my watch. And that is one happy bunch on the sidelines.
They begin with a run by Barkley, and he finds some space past the 25 to the 27. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. And he makes it all the way down to the 31. A tremendous play there from Saquon Barkley. Give him 42 yards on the ground. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Now Gallman. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
And I think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock. It's definitely too early to panic, but that is his 4th carry of the game, and collectively has in total 10 yards. So maybe there's no panic, but maybe some concern.
Yeah, and maybe a little concern up front because they're not giving him any space right now. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. Give him 3 on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. From the left hash, this will be a 41-yarder. And Rosas puts this one through. And that extends their advantage to 6. It's 16-10. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. And out now come the Cowboys. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done. And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Prescott now on 2nd down. Steps away to his left. On the left side, Gallup's got it. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling almost.
And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down.
No doubt that's a very good play defensively right there because you've always got to be aware that he can take off and make a big play with his legs. How about the way they were able to contain him? That also tells me the coverage was excellent downfield.
And New York set to take the field. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays, they're going to gain yardage.
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And this one's going to go out of bounds, so no recovery, but on 4th down, a change of possession anyway.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. Ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover.
It's caught at the 10. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Odell Beckham. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Giants add on to their lead. They'll try and run it here. And he will get into the end zone to extend the lead by 2 more. And they're able to ground it in there on the two-point try. And you and I were talking before the game that two-point conversions from the 15-16 season, what has changed, what hasn't changed, partner?
Yeah, I'll tell you what's changed is just your normal strategy, because now you're either kicking the football with the ball on the 15-yard line, or if you decide to go for two, they put it on the 2-yard line. So what are you thinking as a coach? Do I risk it? Do I go for it here? Do I try and gain a strategic advantage and maybe go for two early? That's what people are wondering about.
Now a play fake here on first down. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on first down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable second and short.
It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. At 5 yards on the play there, the drive will continue. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's first and 10. A first down throw for Prescott. And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
So after the sack, here's second and 14. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Brandon Cooks, the receiver he was going after. And that takes us from second to third down. Here's Prescott. He's going to let this one go deep. And that's caught inside the 30. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A gain of 39 that time.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. That little arc on it, he's got to find a way to get his head around to make a play on the football.
The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be second down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
A second down throw for Prescott. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Elliott. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. It's a good gain of 11. Sets him up first and goal. Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Here's Prescott. Oh, he had 6 points in his hands there. Couldn't hang on. Second down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Another shot from the 9 on second and goal. Out of the gun, here's Prescott. And not only did he drop it, he dropped it in the end zone.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. Prescott on third and goal. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Janoris Jenkins.